Hello there everybody, this is Grant, also known as the Collect 75, and welcome to another Transformers knockoff review. This one is one I actually bought last year, just literally around the time of TFN 2017. I actually got this one and a smaller Voyager one, which I did donate to a friend, good old Zort Rider. And I kept this one, which was the Weijang oversized Voyager. It's actually just the Weijang HOUND, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what the Weijang bloody called it, but it's their take on a slightly oversized Voyager class last night HOUND. And do you know what? I like this figure. I really do like it. Now, it does have its issues. Now, whether that's because it's a carryover from the Hasbro version or not, I don't know. But it's a great toy. It's heavy, it's chunky, it's got die-cast metal. You've got this little gun platform on the back here. You can plug it into a number of different ports, and you can take it off. And you can take the guns apart. You can create your own type of guns. You can hold guns. You know, you can put some on these ports at the back here, for example, giving him, if you want to plug it in, make sure. There we go. And just all manner of kind of things with these. And I like how that is a throwback to the old G1 HOUND. I like that, but I'm going to come put those guns aside because they do my head in, if I'm honest with you. Anyway, let's concentrate on this. So obviously he's, what is he, just sort of like an army lorry, really. Nothing too extravagant there. Now the transformation to robot mode is a hell of a lot easier than the transformation to vehicle mode. Or I found that anyway, mainly because of these bloody arms. I've been trying to transfer this back into vehicle mode. As you can see, I've not got some of the panels just lined up properly because the joints are really stiff. You've got to get them just jammed right back in there in a certain way, like these sort of like arm guards, which are also like bullets and stuff. You have to get back in there just in a certain way, but the joints are so stiff on them, it's hard to get them in the right position, and then you've got to force bits past other bits, and trying to line them up exact can be a bit problematic. But I think I've got about 99% of the way there, really, and it looks all right. Other than that, it's a pretty good figure. Now then, we are going to transform this thing into robot mode. Now, the robot mode is where it shines for me. Right, so we're going to disconnect these. These sort of rotate around here and come out, I think, like so. Just got to push it past that sort of tab around here. Get around there, and that saves you a hell of a lot of time later. Then what we're going to do, we are going to disconnect this roof section. Just push that like that. And then we are going to separate it just here, if it wants to separate, that is. Oh, you bastard. Right, and then we are going to swing these arms out. Now, as I said before, I've just literally got these back in it. Now, getting these out is a bit of a bloody nightmare. Right, so you get them out, and then that is literally half your battle one. Once you've got these out, as you can see, they're hitting bits all around. You just got to sort of get them out of the way. Now, we are left with this. And to be honest, this ain't too bad once we get to it. Anyway, right, so what we're going to do now is start to move these out and around, get those out of the way. That folds all the way up into place. Once you are happy, anyway. There we go. Not exactly sure what you do with these back bits, but once you've got the arms up, you sort of like just, there's a little groove just in there that these slot into, and then that holds them in place pretty darn well. You just remove that round the back here. You can put those up, down, you can fold them down. I don't care what you do with them. Bloody annoying. Then we're going to get his hand out. Then we're going to collapse that down. Then we're going to get these super tight elbow joints. And it's on a double hinge. And this is where I mean. Now, these are super hard to move. But once you do, you can bring those round. That covers up his little arms there. Where are we? So we bring them down, bring out the hand. Fold that round. And then get these bits round. Oh, he's a bloody pain, these are. Come on, shift your bloody things, move. Anyway, right, so once you've done that, you just get them around to the side, because obviously you need to still leave the elbow joint. And there we are. So maybe just move that around a bit. Right. Right, so then we're actually, do you know what? I'm going to put that back. Then we're going to come to these legs. Now, these legs are a bit weird if you don't know what you're doing, like me. So you're going to pull them out, like so. Then we are going to, what do we do? I can't bloody remember now. I think this is where everything gets a bit, oh, God, this bloody toy. What's up with this? I thought I've just pulled that down. There we go. Yep, that just sort of came out and in. Then we rotate this down and pull that out and around. And then that folds down and it all collapses together. Now, you've got to get it just right. That's it. As you can see, it all sort of lines up just nice and straight. Then you can bring this, oh my God, what do they call it? Bit of the wheel guard, whatever you call it. I should know it because my wheel arch, that's what that is, because on my old RS Turbo, because I used to have 17-inch rims on that used to rub on the wheel arch. That was a bloody nightmare. So bring that down, remember rotate this down, bring those wheels around, and then just come down all the way into place. Get your finger in there, separate that wheel. Oh, nearly knocked my lights down then. And then again, get that wheel arch. Oh, bring that down into place. And there we go. And then we just angle those backs. Something like that, really. And then he's got some nice knees and everything. Right, and then we collapse this whole entire section like that, and that brings up his head, and then we can get this bit that we just sort of moved earlier out of the way. Is that going to collapse once more? I don't know. Feels like it wants to, but it's not. Anyway, right, so then we are left with this, which is our Last Night Hound. And if you want my opinion, I think it's actually a very good figure. Bit odd with the old tyres for feet. I thought he wanted to stand up a little bit better. But there he goes. Now, I think he is a great figure. I'm just going to angle my camera ever so slightly upwards, just so we can see that head sculpt of his. And it is pretty good. It is a great head sculpt. Very, very reminiscent of the film. And I love the cigar in his mouth. I think it's absolutely great. I think he's got some great articulation all round. And just looks pretty darn good. Now you bring them around, actually, bring them all the way around to there, actually. That makes him look a hell of a lot better. For me, that is a winner. I really, really like that. Let me just do this so we can bring up the colour a little bit more. And there he is. As he's a bit bulky, but then again, it is based off a Hasbro figure. So what are you going to do? It's a good figure, though. I really do like it. Definitely one of the better ones. Surprisingly, though, he does want to stand up on those feet, which is always good. Yeah, I mean, you can do what you want. You can actually store these guns on the back still. Just plug it in around here like that. Not too keen on that, really. But there we go. So that is the Last Night oversized Weijang Hound. Now, he's been out a while. You should be able to find it relatively... I can't remember how much this cost me now. It was about 15, 20 quid, something like that. You know, it weren't too bad. Maybe there's a wheel thing in there. So I'd have thought that would have been better like that, really. Not too keen on that. It's a bit stumpy-toed, isn't he? But it stands up there, if you want my opinion. Yeah, I prefer like that. Anyway, right, so there we go. That is the Last Night Hound. He's pretty cool. I like him. If you like your Michael Bay Transformers, that is. Yeah, I think he's all right. There's a port in there for something, but I ain't got nothing to go in there. Anyway, right, this has been Graham, the Collector 75. I shall see you all next time. Don't forget, you can rate, comment, and of course, you can support my channel using links below. Yeah, love it. Not a bad figure at all. Shame about that bloody transformation.